So the only good thing to come out of Ubisoft's E3 2021 conference was the Mario and Rabbids trailer, as well as the gameplay trailer that was shown. And that game was already leaked beforehand by Nintendo themselves when they listed it on a website. But I thought I'd just make a video talking about it, talking about the gameplay that was shown in the short little trailer, and the improvements I'd like to see from the first game. Now, the first game was a fantastic game. I've actually been replaying it recently to unlock some of the secret levels and complete some of the challenges. There's actually a lot to that game, even though there's only 4 worlds, because there's all the challenges to unlock and secrets to find and collectibles. But Ubisoft and Nintendo, they have a good relationship, and I don't think Nintendo's ever going to give Ubisoft like one of their franchises to make a complete game. Like, I think they would make a really good Star Fox game, because Atlas, Starlink Battle for Atlas was actually a really good game. It did not sell well. Not a lot of people bought it, but it was actually a really good game, and they had Star Fox in it, in a couple missions, which was really cool. And of course, it came with the R-Wing if you got the Switch version. But yeah, Nintendo is never going to just hand over one of their franchises for Ubisoft to make. Like, they're probably not going to let them make a Star Fox game or anything like that. They're always just going to let them do crossovers, like Mario and Rabbids. So they'll put Star Fox in Starlink, something like that. So yeah, this kind of game from Ubisoft was a bit expected, considering the first Mario and Rabbids was so good. It's good to see a sequel. And the little gameplay trailer that was shown, it definitely looked like there's going to be some unique locations compared to the first one. I believe the first one was set in the Mushroom Kingdom, and so there was, you had the typical levels you'd see in a Mario game: the grass, the desert. They had the lava world. The spooky world was, that was a little unique, but overall, the new game seems to have a lot more unique locations. It looks like a lot of different locations you wouldn't see in a Mario game, and I like to see that, like in Mario games like the Thousand Year Door. There's a lot of different levels and locations. I get tired of the grass, the desert, the ice, the lava. The last world's always lava, and you always fight Bowser at the end. I get really tired of that. So it's good to see that maybe this new game will have at least some unique locations. And I also did notice that, and I could be wrong about this, but it looks like the grid-based movement is gone in this sequel, which I think that's kind of cool. I didn't dislike the grid-based movement. I thought it helped with strategy. It helped me to figure out where I could move and such, and it'd be interesting to see how they move on the battlefield without a grid-based system. But it definitely looks more freeing. It could open up more doors for more open world exploration. I also noticed in the gameplay trailer that you actually are fighting Mario enemies. So you have like little bombs that you're fighting, and they have these red eyes. So I'm assuming they're under control by someone. In the first game, it was only rabbit enemies. But here it's rabbit enemies, and it's some of your typical Mario enemies, like the Goomba and the Bomb. Some of the rabbits that, again, I've never been a big fan of the rabbit characters. So the fact they showed the rabbit with the green hair and the Rosalina rabbit, it doesn't do much for me, but I mean, it's good that they're, adding on some new characters and trying to make this, a bigger, better sequel than the first game. It seems to look better too. The first game already looked fantastic. I remember when I first bought my Switch, that was the first game I bought, and I was kind of, blown away by how good the graphics looked on a Nintendo system after being so used to like the Wii and then the Wii U It was great to see that level of detail in a game, in a Nintendo game that was designed by a third party, Ubisoft. Looking forward to see what other gameplay mechanics they might add that were different from the first game. I don't know if they're gonna change up the gameplay dramatically, because it was already really good in the first game. We'll have to see what they do. It's also really cool to see a cinematic trailer at E3 that has Mario in it. You don't really see that a lot, so it was really neat to see that at the conference. Overall, I'm excited for this game. I do hope they add maybe some online components, like battling someone online. I think that would be cool. The first game, they added all this versus content, which I didn't really get to play much, because I don't really know a lot of people nearby that play a lot of games. And most of the games that I might play, are with people online. So I think it would be cool to see kind of an online mode, like an online versus mode, or maybe like a co-op mode. I don't think the first game had a co-op mode, and I think that would be a nice little addition. Battle through the single player with a friend, or someone like that. I think that would be a neat little thing to see. I do hope they had some different kind of puzzles than the first game. The first game, it had kind of simple push and block puzzles, and I enjoyed doing them throughout the campaign. But I would like to see maybe a little bit more variety of the puzzles in the next game, if they even have them. Those are the additions that I would like to see. It already looks like they're adding different locations and different types of enemies, not just the Rabbids. I'd like to see more unique Mario characters, but I know with Nintendo, if they're not going to let Ubisoft create unique Nintendo characters, that's why all the unique enemies were Rabbids. Like the giant Rabbid Kong from the first game. Nintendo was very protective of that, and they have strict rules on Mario and what characters you can have in a game, and what unique characters you can make. They're very strict on that. But overall, I look forward to see what's coming next, and I'm really glad Ubisoft and Nintendo have this collaboration with each other. It's kind of cool to see these really big announcements be like Nintendo-related products. Like, the only good thing from the Ubisoft conference was Mario and Rabbids. I know Capcom had theirs yesterday, and most of their announcements were related to Switch titles. Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Stories, a new Ace Attorney game. So it's cool to see these companies at their E3 conferences talk about just these Nintendo products. That's all I have to say about that, and thanks for watching.